Ken gets the first one. What's up?
Did the race unfold the way you expected?
Yeah, I knew Charles would get out fast, and I thought Katie maybe would be up with him, so when I passed him with, in 3:15 of the race, I was kind of surprised. But you could see there were gaps forming, and that's what happens on a hot pace, so I just said, just make sure that you close all the gaps. And my only race strategy was to be on the leader's shoulder with 100 meters to go, so I think I positioned myself pretty well. And when I flipped that switch, you know, I put a couple meters on everybody, and I could feel my body tightening up, but it's a testament to Jimmy Radcliffe and Mark Rowland. I was just so strong I was able to finish that last 50.
How's it feel to get your fourth in a row?
This one feels really, really sweet. I mean, every year it's deep. You know, to win a national title, you always have to beat some good people. But this year, you know, with Robbie Andrews and Charles Jock and so many 144s and A standards out there, I've never been as nervous as I was for this one. So, just the weight off my shoulders, and now that I'm able to go into the summer with the wind and prepare for debut the way I want to, it feels phenomenal.
You said coming in that you knew you had another year.
Yeah, well, and that's why I was really glad I was in the fast heat of the semis the other day, because I wasn't sure where my top end speed was at, but that 145.8 that I ran, letting up the last 50, I knew it just felt so similar to 08 when I let up in the semis there. So I thought I got a 144 in me if I need it, and I did need it today. So good thing, right?
To do it here, Nick.
Yeah.
I mean, what's it like to do it at Hayward?
Yeah, I mean, no matter where it is, it's always sweet to win a title. Last year in Des Moines was fantastic, but I don't get the same reception as I do here at Hayward. And as I'm imagining myself in the race, I like to use visualization as I'm preparing for the race, and I always imagine the crowd just going absolutely nuts that last 100 meters as I take the lead. So, I visualize that, it gets my adrenaline flowing, and sure enough, they didn't let me down.
You had for you what was probably a disappointing race at the pre-meet. What have you done between now and then?
Yeah, pre was my first race outdoors for an 800 final, so I tried to race it like I was in shape to run 144 when I wasn't, and obviously you can see the wheels coming off the last 100. The last 3 weeks, Mark Rowland and I sat down and we picked out 3 really key workouts. I'd say the most important being 3 all-out quarters, in which I averaged right around 49.7 off a 6-minute rest. So for the track nerds out there, they'll appreciate that one, I think. But I just sharpened up, and you got to get that body used to that lactic acid. And I just felt so smooth today. It's a testament to Mark Rowland and just how knowledgeable he is about riding workouts.
So you said at the pre-meet you hadn't done much speed.
I hadn't done a single speed workout going into pre. So I want everyone to go back and watch 2007 when I won pre, and you'll watch Alfred Diego just get his doors blown off the last 100, and he came out and won Worlds a couple months later. So after pre, I just sat down with Sam Lepre, my assistant coach, my business partner. I was like, we're on the Alfred Diego plan this year, so if I can run as well as he does in the championships, I think it'll be a good year for me.
What races will you run between now and Worlds?
It's all kind of up in the air right now, but in an ideal world, I see myself going to Font-Romeu for our base camp on July 2nd, and then probably doing Monaco on the 22nd and Crystal Palace on, I believe it's the 5th of August, and then headed up to debut. So we want to focus on training and hitting some really key races to prepare for that.
Nick, you might not have had the races you wanted to leading into this meet. What did you have to tell yourself to stay calm through the rounds and leading into the final?
I think the most important thing for me was that 3:38 I ran in Oxy, and even though I took 8th, that was a 2-second PR, and to dip under 340 after 14 years of trying to do it felt really good. So I was just so confident in my strength, and I just tried to remind myself, you always feel better as you go through the rounds. So use the rounds to kind of get your body prepared for that finals, and it worked out that way.
So pre didn't shake your confidence?
No, pre shook my confidence for sure. I was really nervous, but I just put my faith in Mark Rowland, put my faith in the training, and just reminded myself that I probably put in more miles in the last year than any guy out there. So.
How did you feel at the end of that race after pre?
After pre?
Yeah.
Terrible. I threw my trainers on, and I did a 30-minute run out to South and just did some strides out there and didn't want to see anybody. I was actually out of here before the meet even ended, standing in the Willamette River, ice in my legs. So. You got to deal with those kind of races, and you can try to peak for pre and win pre, but you're not going to be able to have the legs to maybe win a medal in September. So I'm really, really grateful for the support I've had over the last 3 weeks, and people sending me positive energy and just saying, pre is just it's another race, and the one that matters is here and at debut. So thank you everyone for the support.
In view of that,